Marriage is over. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle caught in physical fight in car amid Sentebale charity arguments. Neighbors leaked picture. They said it wouldn't last, but nobody expected this. It started as a modern-day fairy tale. The rogue prince, the Hollywood starlet, the royal wedding that made the world collectively swoon.
But now?
That romantic carriage ride has screeched to a halt, literally. In a shocking twist fit for a soap opera, or, let's be honest, a royal reality show, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were allegedly caught in a physical altercation. Yes, physical. Inside their car. The kicker? It reportedly happened in broad daylight, just blocks from their Montecito mansion, as stunned neighbors watched and snapped photos. And it all centers around an explosive argument involving, you guessed it, money and the Sentebale charity. But let's back it up a bit. Because trust us, this story has layers. Think royal secrets, charity scandals, financial strain, and a relationship that's unraveling one side eye at a time. So how did the Duke and Duchess of Sussex go from cuddling on Netflix to clutching each other's throats in the front seat of a black Range Rover? Buckle up. This royal roller coaster is just getting started. From happily ever after to who even are you? When Meghan and Harry tied the knot back in 2018, they rebranded the royal family.
Young. Diverse.
Relatable. They were #couple goals with matching grins and the world's sympathy. Fast forward 6 years, and it's starting to feel like the glow-up got cancelled. Eyewitnesses in their posh Montecito neighborhood claimed the couple was spotted fighting intensely in their car, with voices raised and hands flailing. One neighbor, who asked to remain anonymous, said, "I thought I was watching a scene from The Crown. Only this time, the acting was real and a lot more disturbing." And then came the photo. Blurry but damning. Meghan reportedly grabbing Harry's arm as he pulled away, eyes full of rage. Not exactly the PR moment their media team had in mind. But what led to this level of tension? What could possibly make a couple who once held hands at every red carpet now sit silently in separate rooms? Spoiler alert, it's more than just stress from parenting 2 toddlers and running a multi-million-dollar brand. The charity that's tearing them apart. Enter Sentebale. The charity Harry co-founded in 2006, which provides aid to children in southern Africa, has always been a passion project. But lately, it's also been a lightning rod for controversy. Recent reports, including leaked documents and emails, suggest mishandling of funds, internal disputes, and, wait for it, financial embezzlement accusations. And guess who's allegedly in the middle of it all? Yup. Meghan Markle. Insiders claim Meghan questioned how much time and money Harry was pouring into Sentebale. She was asking the right questions, one former staffer said. But she wasn't always polite about it. Another source added that Meghan felt the charity was being used as a tool to prop up Harry's legacy, rather than build a sustainable impact. Their disagreement apparently reached its boiling point last week. A private board meeting reportedly turned into a shouting match between the couple after Harry refused to scale back involvement with Sentebale, despite rumors that the charity's funds were being misused. Meghan allegedly wanted a forensic audit. Harry insisted on loyalty. What happens when royal ego meets Hollywood hustle? You get front-seat fights and back-seat betrayal. And if you're thinking, can a charity argument really break a marriage? Let's just say, this one might. Neighbors watching the drama like it's Netflix. Let's take a moment to appreciate the people who witnessed this real-life episode of Keeping Up with the Sussexes. Montecito, where the couple resides, is no stranger to famous faces, Oprah, Ellen, even Katy Perry. But nothing prepares you for seeing a royal meltdown up close. I was walking my dog when I heard yelling, one neighbor posted in a now-deleted Facebook post. It was Meghan's voice, sharp, angry. Then I saw them in the car, and it looked like she slapped his shoulder or something. My jaw was on the floor. Another said, Harry looked like he was trying to drive off, but Meghan leaned across him and hit the horn. It was chaos. A third neighbor managed to capture a grainy photo of the scene, which has now gone viral. The couple has yet to comment, but silence in celebrity land usually speaks volumes. This isn't just tabloid fodder anymore. This is real-life drama unraveling in real time. And just when you think the tea is too hot, it gets scalding. Are the kids caught in the crossfire? With Archie and Lilibet tucked away behind the guarded walls of the Sussex estate, it's easy to forget there are two little lives watching this story unfold too. Reports suggest that Meghan has been spending more time with her mother, Doria, while Harry has been spotted alone on the beach with Archie. Separate routines. Separate lives. Is this the slow slide into divorce territory? One source close to the family said, "They're both incredibly loving parents. But when your marriage is imploding, even bedtime stories can start feeling like hostage negotiations."
Yikes.
So, while the world debates who yelled what and who grabbed who, maybe the real question is, what happens to the children when the fairy tale ends? Meghan's breaking point and her quiet escape plans. Multiple insiders claim that Meghan has been secretly scoping out property in France and has even reconnected with old colleagues in the entertainment industry. The goal? A possible rebrand. Without Harry. She's tired of being the villain in someone else's story, said one friend. If she's going down, she wants to go down on her own terms. And apparently, that means reviving her acting career, booking talk shows, and yes, possibly publishing a tell-all memoir that finally tells her side of the story. The working title? Royal Pain. Don't quote us on that, but we're pretty sure it's real. Meanwhile, Harry is said to be meeting with UK officials behind closed doors, even floating the idea of returning to Britain full-time to refocus on his royal duties without Meghan. If this sounds like the plot of a Hollywood breakup movie, that's because it might just become one. What we can learn from a royal meltdown. Okay. So most of us aren't fighting in luxury SUVs over charity bank statements. But who hasn't had that one argument in the car that made you question everything? Relationships are hard. Add in global fame, pressure from legacy building, money matters, cultural clashes, and two very big personalities, and you've got a recipe for disaster. But here's the thing, there's a lesson here for everyone. Money talks, but it also yells. Financial transparency and shared values around money are non-negotiables in a relationship. Passion projects can become passion problems. If your career or charity work starts feeling more like a battleground than a bridge, it's time to reevaluate. Privacy is sacred. Even if you're not royalty, the people in your life deserve discretion, empathy, and space to heal, not viral photos and Facebook rants. So, is this the end? Only time will tell if Meghan and Harry can patch things up, call in the therapists, and maybe skip a few Sentebale board meetings. But for now, the fairy tale seems to be falling apart at the seams. And unlike their carefully curated interviews, this one doesn't come with a soft focus lens and royal music. The neighbors have spoken. The pictures have leaked. And the silence from the Sussex camp is getting louder by the minute. Final thoughts, and your turn to weigh in. So here we are, watching the once-envied couple potentially call it quits in the messiest way possible, through leaked arguments, public photos, and swirling charity scandals. It's juicy, yes. But it's also a reminder that no amount of palace walls or Montecito gates can protect you from the reality of human relationships. We're all just trying to love and be loved without yelling at each other in traffic. Now, it's your turn. What do you think is really going on between Harry and Meghan? Do you think they're headed for divorce? Or is this just a bump in the royal road? Behind the glamour, when the cameras are off, it's easy to get caught up in the public image, the glitz, the curated Instagram posts, the perfectly timed hand-holding at red carpet events. But what happens when the cameras are off? When there's no Oprah interview to edit the narrative, no Netflix deal to distract from the tension. People who've worked closely with the couple say the cracks have been there for a while. Meghan is said to be fiercely ambitious, sharp, calculated, and always looking ahead. Harry, on the other hand, is still haunted by the past. The trauma of losing his mother, the suffocating weight of royal duty, the desire to do good in the world while being endlessly scrutinized. It was a match made in passion. But passion, as we all know, can ignite, and it can burn. According to one former aide, they came together because they felt like the world didn't understand them. But now it's like they don't understand each other. Let that sink in for a moment. When love and legacy collide. Here's the truth that few people want to admit. Love doesn't always survive success. What began as a united front, fighting royal traditions, advocating for charity, raising a new kind of royal family, has now evolved into two very different missions. Meghan wants independence, creative control, and the freedom to shape her image. Harry, deep down, still craves his place in the monarchy. Not the stiff, formal role of old, but a modern, purposeful version where he can honor his mother's legacy. Unfortunately, you can't walk in opposite directions and still hold hands. One insider summed it up best. They both want to change the world, but they can't seem to agree on how. Maybe that's what we're seeing unfold now, in viral car fights, charity fallout, and whispers of legal separation. But don't be fooled. This isn't just tabloid drama. This is about two people trying to redefine love while the world watches. And that's no easy task. The Sentebale effect, when charity costs more than money. Let's circle back to Sentebale because this isn't just a background subplot, it's the bomb at the center of their implosion. Founded by Prince Harry in memory of his mother, Sentebale has long been his emotional anchor. But lately, it's turned into a storm cloud of rumors, investigations, and high-stakes arguments. Several reports now claim that financial discrepancies have emerged, prompting internal audits and donor questions. Some point fingers at Harry for poor oversight. Others whisper that Meghan, never officially part of the charity, might have tried to clean house too aggressively, stepping on long-trusted partners. In either case, it's tearing them apart. Meghan allegedly sees Sentebale as a money pit, draining their brand, while Harry clings to it as a moral compass. It's not just about funds. It's about identity. When your name is tied to a cause, any scandal hits harder. And when that cause becomes the wedge between you and your partner, it hits at the heart. It's no wonder the fights are spilling out into the street. This isn't just marriage drama. This is legacy warfare. A royal retreat. Where they stand now. So where do things stand as of today? According to palace insiders, Meghan has quietly stepped back from all Sussex Foundation obligations and has been spending more time at a secondary property, rumored to be in Ojai, California. Meanwhile, Harry has remained at the Montecito mansion, focusing on damage control with Sentebale trustees and keeping a low profile.